All right,
What's
everybody.
up, everybody?
We are back. Nikki C and
Hey, Marie.
And we're here today to talk about Love and Marriage DC. We told you we're going to try to do this every week after the new show airs. And I have to correct myself because last time I said it aired on Friday, and it's actually Saturday.
Yes, Saturday night after Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes. So before we get started, though, we have to let you all know what we're drinking.
So, Perini Prosecco, a Rosé Brut. This was a gift. This was a Mother's Day gift.
Nice.
It was. So let's try it.
I'm sure it's going to be delicious. I mean, you can't go wrong with Prosecco.
My sister bought me this for Mother's Day.
Oh.
She said she loves it.
All right, guys.
So, cheers.
Woo. I'm sorry.
That shit went right up my nose.
Yeah. I couldn't breathe.
The fizz is no
So,
joke.
you gotta let it sit before you drink. Because the fizz, it just consumes
It
you.
went right up my nose.
Yeah. I didn't even get to taste it because it was...
Yes, give it a second.
Okay. So let's try that again.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
It's not too sweet.
Yeah, it's not really sweet.
But
it's not dry either.
But it's not really dry.
Yeah.
It's
so,
right in the middle.
So I can handle it because it's not dry.
It's right in the middle.
But it's not sweet.
And it's extremely bubbly. Like
yes.
You
have to let it take a minute to sit before you...
The bubble. Yes.
But
it's good.
Yeah,
I would do that again. I would definitely buy that. Thanks.
All right. So, Love and Marriage DC. This week, I think the major thing that happened this week was Monique had a dinner and invited everybody over. And this was kind of like her final...
food.
Yeah, for a vegan dinner. But was it really vegan?
That's what they said, but then
it wasn't vegan because she had fish.
She said, right. Then she said partial vegan.
So really, she should have said it's a pescatarian meal, right?
But then did she say she was pescatarian? Did she say she was vegetarian? Then she said,
I think she goes
when
back
the
and
other
forth.
Girl said she's a pescatarian, she was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, so am I. Well, did she do that?
I don't know. That just is my issue with Monique in general anyway. It just seems like she's kind of wishy-washy. She goes back and forth. You never really know because it seems like she kind of just goes with whatever other people are going with. And so I don't even know if she's a vegan or I don't even know why she did vegan.
That's what they would say about her on the other show. When she was on Housewives of Potomac, they would always call her fake.
Yeah, I mean, that's my perception of her. And I'm so surprised because I know a lot of people out there love her. And I'm surprised by that because I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure she's probably a great person outside of TV, right?
I mean, I like the not for lazy moms.
Oh, you've been on the pod?
I have not, but I like the concept.
Okay, I don't know. What is the concept?
That, like, get everybody moving kind of thing. Like, being an extreme productive mother. You know, and that kind of to-do long task that gives a lot of people anxiety.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just think there's something about her that does not seem genuine. And I feel like she goes back and forth on a lot of the stuff that she declares that she likes or that she is. And so I can never tell which one she is. So I don't know if she's vegan or not. I don't know if she's a pescatarian or not. True. But either way, the meal was not a vegan meal because I think there was fish served. And vegan don't eat any type of meat.
I'm sorry, guys, but I was just not entertained. I was not. Yeah. I think I'm bored with it. And I don't even know if I really want to, do a whole season of this. Like, real talk.
And the thing is, it's hard because when you compare it to Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is, like, you have to watch that. You have to keep up. Like, you don't want to miss a show with that. Whereas this one, it's like, I have to remember to remind myself to watch it, right?
Yeah, like, I was just not. It's just, okay, so they went over there for a vegan dinner. This is why it's boring. They went over there for a vegan dinner. They're talking about, they talked about a little bit about the infidelities.
Yeah, because they brought up the anniversary party from the week before. And so Monique wanted to, get the question and answer session that she didn't get before. So she wanted to ask her, well, what's the ups and downs that you all had in your marriage to make it so far or whatever. And so they brought up the downs were infidelity. And I don't know, how did they get on the topic about the COVID situation? Somehow they got on the topic about COVID and who had COVID, and somebody tested positive here, somebody tested positive there. And then finally, Monique said that she was positive, but nobody took care of her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. She said that when she was sick and had COVID, they left her in a room. And the way that she said it was almost like they left her to die.
Yeah, right. They left her destitute in the room. Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
Right. She said nobody brought me no water. Nobody brought me anything to eat.
I mean, the way she saw her husband, Chris Samuels, got very defensive. Because he was like, wait a minute now.
He said that's how you normally like it.
Yeah. He said you like to be left alone when you're sick so you can sleep and recover. You don't want the kids bothering you, whatever. And so that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And I guess that didn't make her happy. So apparently sometime during her sickness, she mentioned it to him. And so then he started to bring her meals. But the way that she originally presented it, when she was presented to the group, it was like they just left her to die.
She had to fend for herself, and she basically nursed herself back to health.
So he was upset about that. He was very upset because he was like, I sit here and you said something.
She kept talking and over-talking him and still trying to drive her point home. And so he asked her to hush. What did he say?
I don't know if he said shush or hush. He said something. And I mean, at one point he even said, can I talk? Is this my turn to talk or whatever? But she still kept going. So then he told her to hush. And then she was like, well, wow. I mean, you're about to ruin the night.
She said, don't talk to me like that. You're about to ruin the night. But wait a second. Stop. Let
him get a word in. I mean, it's his house, too.
I don't even think
they're having a couple's dinner. He didn't.
I don't
They're
think
having a couple's dinner. It's like,
if he said, shut the fuck up, that would be rude.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
that would
he didn't
be
say
more
that.
Than rude.
I mean, now that would end the party.
Yes.
That would be it.
That would be it for me.
But that's what she threatened.
Yeah. And she was very upset and all he was trying to do was just get a word in because she was making it seem as if he was not a good husband. Mm-hmm. And she had said a number of things prior that he didn't really comment on. He kind of let slide. And he was like, no, wait a minute. I have to stop and say something for this one because I just can't take this far. So the question is, though, I think we've already kind of shared our perspective, but we'll just ask it anyway. Was he being rude? Was she being disrespectful? Is it okay to say hush or should he have said it a different way?
I don't think it was rude. I mean, I just, I think what he did was okay. She just needs to get out her feelings. She's just embarrassed. She's embarrassed. That was embarrassing for her. But it was also embarrassing that you won't be quiet.
Yeah.
You need to be quiet.
I don't even know if that was embarrassing. Would that be embarrassing if your husband said hush?
I wouldn't be because...
I mean, again, if he used different words.
No, I wouldn't be because if I'm talking too much, I'm talking too much.
Yeah.
I mean, period.
And like I said, at least he didn't use different words
and cut you out.
Yeah.
Let me talk. And I'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not,
so I didn't think it was, I'm not her, so I can't say that she wasn't embarrassed, but I don't even think it was embarrassing.
Intentions matter to me. And so when you're dealing with your spouse, you are supposed to assume the best, not the worst. Mm-hmm. So if my spouse is saying to me, hush, he's doing that for my own good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not assuming oh, well, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you being disrespectful? Right. That's assuming the worst. I would not assume the worst, so I would be okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, especially in that environment where you know that we're talking about something that's a little bit, but at the same time,
and we on TV. Angel ain't trying out here acting like a fool.
Yeah.
No.
But for whatever reason, she got upset and she kind of snapped back at him, which, you know, really, I was like, is she doing that for the show? Is she trying to make a scene for the show? And that's what I feel with her. I don't know if
she's trying to make
genuine.
So the show is boring, and she's trying to give it something.
Yeah, she's trying to have some kind of chaos.
It's not working.
Or some kind of conflict with somebody.
It's not.
But
working.
it's
not
so
for me.
It's so fake to me.
Because
that's not even when they had the disagreement they had in the bedroom, and I forgot what the disagreement was. And again, this just goes to show that maybe this is not the most interesting show because we can't even remember.
I can't but I don't even remember the whole COVID talk. I do remember the whole. That's the reason why they were arguing. Yeah. I don't even remember how they got to it. I don't know. I don't know. But I know the infidelity piece. What's her name? With Jay. What's his? I don't know.
Ashley. Oh no, Ashley and Quicksilver, and then the other one is Arena. And
where she said about her husband, she's never
caught him.
She's never caught him, but it was an issue in their marriage.
Yeah, because I guess she saw things on his phone. A lot of women would call him,
but nothing concrete.
Saw, maybe text messages or something, but it was nothing where it was specific to, oh, we're getting together tonight to go to bed. You know, so because it was not that specific, because she never walked in on him, she feels like
and no female has confirmed.
Yeah. She feels like it wasn't really cheating. I forgot what word she used, but she kind of used, well, it's kind of like, or I don't remember what she said, but whatever it was.
I don't remember either.
It was as if she was saying that we kind of discussed things about possibility of other women being an issue, but it was never a big issue because I didn't have any confirmation. So what does that mean to you?
It means that as females, we have this thing that, God gave us inside called our instincts. And she already knew what was happening with her husband. So I don't think that...
but she says that she feels that it wasn't really cheating.
Yeah, that just sounds like something that you tell yourself to, you're convincing yourself that it's okay.
Okay.
That's,
so then you're telling your husband that it's okay. You're telling your husband it's okay.
I mean, she's trying to justify it for herself so that she can be happy.
And so she's telling her husband it's okay to continue.
He probably is if she's not telling him not to.
Yeah.
She's not going to say it if she's not willing to,
confirm that she was cheating.
Then she's not going to say in public that you can't do that. She might tell him behind the scenes, I really hope you're not doing that because I would not, like that or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if you have multiple girls in your phone, I know that you're a
party planner.
Party planner, or whatever, host,
I don't know.
Whatever you want to call it. But why is it only females, or why is it always females?
She knows. She wouldn't have even brought it up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have even been an issue in her marriage if she did not already know something.
And she said that was one of their downs.
Right.
So she knows that it's an issue, but she's not trying to put too much into it to say that it was.
And she don't want to argue with him later.
Yeah.
Because if she say that shit,
because she didn't even want to bring it up in the first place.
He gonna be blown because he gonna be like, you ain't never caught me, and that's probably a whole argument in their house about him never touching him.
You have to catch the person to know that they're cheating.
No, I just said
right.
No, you know already.
Right.
You know. You might not want to admit it, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know, but so that's why the show it was kind of lackluster.
And then Quicksilver and Ashley, they just went to another restaurant and ate before they went there.
That's smart though. That's smart though.
I'm not mad at them.
I have to say that is a smart move.
Not mad.
I've been to other people's houses sometimes
and laughed and said, "Let's go get something to eat,"
and have been upset. No, well, not even that. I mean, that has happened, but been upset because I went and had a meal and I didn't like it, but then I still had to eat it because that was what was in front of me. Like, so speaking about vegan, I went to, a get together over one of my friend's house, and I think I knew she was vegan. I'm not sure, but either way, I didn't know the meal was going to be vegan.
Okay.
And so when I got there, the house was full of, aromas and things that made you feel like, oh, they cooked. It's going to be some good food or whatever.
Oh, you could smell food. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. So, and I think I was even hungry too. So I'm looking around. There was nothing that kind of identified what anything was in regards to what you were eating.
Okay, so no labels.
No labels.
No food labels.
No, but I think I assumed based on the way that certain things looked that they were a certain thing. So I think one of the things that was there was meatballs. Okay. And so I saw something that looked like meatballs. And so I thought it was meatballs. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me put a bunch of these on my plate. And then I saw something else. I forgot what it was. Maybe some kind of salad. I don't know. It wasn't a salad. But it wasn't like a regular salad, like a Levy salad. But it was some kind of salad. Mm-hmm. So I put some of that on my plate. And then one other thing, I forgot what it was. It had some good sauce on it. So then I go to sit down. And have you ever been in a situation where, like, you're hungry and then you have your mind set on what you're about to eat is going to be good? Like, you just know that you're about to tear into something that's going to be satisfying. And the first bite, I was like, wait a minute. What is this? Right? I was like, what is this? Yeah, and what made it even worse is that I couldn't really vocalize that because I would have been putting down the cook who was there. Oh. Right? So,
and were they like hyping it up?
Well, I don't know if they were hyping it up, but everybody was just eating. Like
nothing
was different.
Like everything.
And so I guess I was the only one who wasn't a vegan. But I didn't know that they were eating I didn't know that this was going to be a vegan meal, And so I'm like now forcing myself to eat this because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable because I don't like their food. And then the person who cooked it happened to sit close to me, and it's kind of like watching
you eat.
Yes.
So, wait, was it disgusting? On a scale of 1 to 10
So this is the thing. It wasn't disgusting, but the mere fact that I thought it was a meatball and it was not a meatball, it was like a ball of like some kind of concoction of like nuts and stuff. Okay. So the texture was off as well. And I'm telling you, but when you looked at it, it was like maybe a turkey meatball or something. It didn't look like a regular meatball, like a beef meatball. But it looked like maybe like a turkey meatball or something. But then when you bite into it, it's like a mixture of like nuts and I don't know. And so I'm like, now I have to sit here and force myself to eat this. And so I'm kind of eating it a little bit slow, but then the person's looking at me. And I think the person even said, oh, is it okay? And I'm like, it's okay. I mean, what do you do in those situations? And it's like, if I knew, I would have said, what is this? Do you know? But I was the only one who seemed to have an issue with it. Everybody else was tearing it up. Everybody else was tearing up the food. And so I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't get the memo. I'm like, y'all didn't tell me this was a vegan meal.
So when you left, what did you go eat?
I don't remember, but I did have to go get something to eat. It was probably some fast food or something. But I had to get something to eat. Even though it was like I still had to eat that stuff. Because it was like they were sitting right next. I couldn't throw it away, you know what I mean? So it's like I had to eat it.
Well, at least Monique told them that they were doing that. And they got,
Yeah, did she tell them ahead of time?
They did. That's why they went.
Oh, I thought she just told them when they got there.
That's why it was Silver and his
So why did the other couple say, oh, I'm not vegan when they walked in, when they found out it was vegan?
I don't know.
Did everybody know
about it?
Oh.
Like, I don't know. It was but she didn't do total vegan. You guys set up.
Yeah, no, everything was total vegan. Everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that's how it was going to be. And so when I walked in, I piled my plate because I was hungry, thinking that it was regular food. And then I was like, now I got to eat this stuff. Because what can you do? You can't throw the stuff away.
I would have asked what it was, and then if they would have listed something and if it was nasty,
you would have
like,
asked after or before you put it on your plate. I mean, like if you saw a bowl of what you thought was meatballs.
When the person was next to you and said, "How is it?" I would have said, "It's okay. What is it?"
But you
know,
that's not an insult.
What? No.
To say, what is it?
No, what am I eating? Because I'm not eating what I'm used to eating.
Okay.
Like, vegans know that they do different shit. Because they have to. I mean, they're not using beef, chicken, pork, turkey, fish.
No, it was like nuts and berries
none
or
of
something.
That shit, right? I'm eating like farro.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I mean.
So I would want to know what this shit is. Yes, yeah. I would ask. I'm sorry. I would ask, and the people that know me know
I should have asked before I put it on my plate. That's what I should have done. I should have asked before.
This?
But because it looked like regular.
See, but this is the thing. If you would have asked, right, and they said all vegan and told you a list of
then
I
would have gotten. I would have gotten a tiny bit.
Oh, okay, all right.
I would have still eaten some of it because
just to taste,
and then to be, to be gracious for the fact that you made a meal for me, right? So I would have still eaten some of it, but I wouldn't have piled my plate up and had so much. I would have had
you had a lot.
Because I was hungry.
I didn't know that part.
I mean, because when you're going for a meal,
sorry guys.
When you're going for a meal, you're going over somebody's house for a meal, usually you don't eat before you go, right? Usually you don't.
So how much
and so I was hungry. You know what? I think what ended up happening is, number one, I started you could tell I was picking, but I was trying my best to eat it. But because the person was next to me, I was trying my best to eat it. And then as soon as the person got away and I had an opportunity, I kind of got up and threw it away.
Oh, you snuck and threw it away.
Yes, I had to sneak and throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it.
I didn't. I could not. There's no way I could eat all of it. I mean, even the little bit that I ate was hard for me.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
The thing is, I don't know that it was nasty or disgusting or anything like that. It just wasn't.
So what number would you give it? 1 to 10, 10 being gross, like you want to throw it up.
I mean, maybe a 6 or a 7.
Oh, that's not bad. I was thinking more like a 2 or a 3. So, that's
you said a 2 or a 3?
Yeah.
You said 10 is the gross.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the higher number is closer to the gross.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was gross.
Yeah. In my mind, I said 1.
I don't know what's wrong with her today. I don't know. But either way, it wasn't gross.
No, but that is nasty. No, that's nasty.
But it's not something that I would ever eat again.
That's the same I was thinking.
It's not something that I would ever eat again. Even if you told me the next time what it was, I wouldn't eat it again either. Just because it's not my thing. And believe me, I've had a lot of vegan food before. But that was not my thing. So, but we got on this topic because we're supposed to be talking about Love and Marriage DC, but you see how bored it was. We've been talking about
it is. So
and I'm sorry to say it because I love Carlos. I love Carlos King, and I know he's trying to become the next Andy for OWN. You know what was better than the show? The after show, the nightcap. Did you see the nightcap?
Shit, I have not watched it yet.
The nightcap.
Oh wait, I did. That was the one with
Heavenly was on there.
With
Heavenly. My dog is in here right now, so if you see, we keep looking down, and because he's getting into whatever.
He's about to get in trouble. He's about to get his ass beat in a minute. Stop.
But Heavenly was on there with Martell. Did you see
Yes, I did.
Yes, and I love Heavenly because she is a shady person.
I saw some of it, not all of it.
She's a shady person, especially when she's on Married to Medicine.
No, I was doing laundry.
But she went. She true. She don't care who it is. She don't care if you're in front of her. She's still gonna tell you like it is. So Martell was in front of her, and she still was like, you wrong, because Martell was upset at Heavenly, and again, Heavenly's from Married to Medicine, and the reason why
I need that show to come back.
It is gonna come back, isn't it?
I don't know, but I feel like it's been like extra long.
I think the issue is they don't film it as frequent as they do with the other shows, and so you have larger gaps.
I don't care. I need it. I feel like it's been too long.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're back in Beverly Hills again.
Yeah.
Married to Medicine has not come back.
That's the thing. I don't know.
Maybe
the people haven't had as much drama, and so they're trying to wait to build up enough drama.
Maybe because I needed to come back.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah, I do too. But so that's where Heavenly comes from, is Married to Medicine. And the reason why she got involved in Love and Marriage Huntsville is because, number one, she's friends with Melanie. Very good friends, apparently.
Okay.
And she has her own podcast, I believe, and Martell reached out to her to share his side of the story when it came to the cheating allegations. And so he reached out to Heavenly.
They did like a show. They did like a live.
Yeah. But Heavenly always has that.
Yeah. And so, I think he was on it or something, right?
Yeah, because he reached out to her to get his side. They got into it because even though she let him talk for a long while. I
didn't watch it.
She was interested in everything, let him talk, and then finally when he took his pause, she went on him and told him about himself and was like, you know you did wrong for cheating on her. You should have did this and the other. You know, so she was so then. Yeah. When they had the Nightcap, which is the show that comes on after Love and Marriage DC, it's like Watch What Happens Live. It's Carlos King's version of Watch What Happens Live. Mm-hmm. It's called Nightcap. So he had Heavenly and Martell on there, and I guess this was the first time that they have been together in person, right in front of each other. Mm-hmm. And Martell was upset that Heavenly called his child's mother coleslaw.
Because she said that, but then she said that's because that's the only way I knew her.
Yeah, because nobody has ever mentioned her name.
Yeah, nobody said her name.
I think they were doing that.
Her side piece, which was, and then Melody, I think, said
like KFC or whatever. You get your coleslaw, but I'm the chicken. You know, I'm the whole meal.
Was it Melody that said that?
Yeah, Melody was the one who said it.
You know, so it's like that's what she named her. I still don't know the girl's name.
He said her name. I think it was like Ariana or something like that. He said it on.
Really?
Yeah, because he was so upset at the fact that she was calling her coleslaw.
Is Ariana?
It was Ari something. Ariane or
I have a sister named Ariana.
It was something like that. It was something with an A or Ariana.
It's not her.
No, let's be clear. But it was something like that. It was something similar to that. He said it so fast, but he was in his feelings that she was being called out her name. Mm. And so she said, you know what? Number one, it wasn't like I was intentionally trying to be mean. That's the only way that I knew of her was by everyone calling her coleslaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was upset.
And
about
all we
know,
right? All we know her as is coleslaw. But see, and this is the thing. I think it's because now she's the mother of his child. Yeah, so he feels a certain way. But now she's called him out on that, though. Heavenly called him out on that because, number one, she said, so you're saying that I'm disrespectful for calling her coleslaw, but were you disrespectful for being with her in the first place when you were married? Then, on top of that, she said, well, you're all in your feelings about her. Does that mean that she's now your wife? Is she on that level? And he was like, well, no. Is she your girlfriend? Well, no. Okay, so you're upset with me for calling her coleslaw. Why? And he was like, because she's the mother of my child. Oh, okay. Oh, shit, I missed that part. I must have been downstairs doing laundry.
Heavenly was giving it to him. And they got into it, and Carlos had to kind of like, oh, okay, guys. You know, because they were all standing up, too. You know, it was almost like they were at cocktail hour with those big top tables, and they were standing there with their drinks or whatever, and Carlos was over there. And he had to kind of, you know, okay, guys, well, you know.
I mean, well, you know, Heavenly likes her marriage, you know, and she likes the marriage institution. Isn't she like a certified marriage person, right?
Yes.
She can,
yes.
What is she? She's a
relationship therapist or a relationship.
No,
she's a relationship.
She got ordained to be able to marry people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but she calls herself a marriage expert.
Yeah.
Or no, she calls herself a relationship expert.
Yeah.
But she just calls herself that. I think she took like a class or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
But she still talks about
her lived
being
experience.
Submissive, and she feels like the wife should still be, because she brought that up too when she talked about Monique and Chris and him telling her to hush. And she said, well, yeah, she should have hushed.
Yeah, we're here.
So, I mean, so Heavenly,
you're just supposed to assume the best, though. So when you do that, it's okay to be submissive. So, like, I remember being in, when we went through the premarital counseling piece, and they talked about being submissive, and at first my initial reaction was like, I'm not going to be submissive. And then the girl said, but you pick a mate that you love and appreciate
to the point where you want
to the point where you are okay, where he's safe enough to be submissive. And if you don't have that, then he ain't the one.
Yeah, because you're not going to have
shit
nobody.
Was like ding 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 ding.
Yeah, but it's true though, because of course nobody wants to be barking like a dog and hopping on one foot like coming to America. But you hoping that you're picking somebody who's not gonna have you doing that. That's not the submissive that we're talking about. So hopefully the husband that you're choosing is someone who's gonna ask for certain things that you're okay with, doing, right?
I mean, or no, that it's just gonna
you're gonna want to do it.
He's gonna love you so much that your opinion matters. Like if he makes a decision on your behalf, it's because he really truly feels that's the best thing. And even though you might not even see it, you're trusting that he sees it in a different light. And same with you. Like he loves you so much that he trusts your opinion and values it.
That's
so
another
much.
topic we should have one day. Number one, is it just the woman who has to be submissive, or does the man have to be submissive as well? But that's another topic, right? That's another topic to have. Another discussion.
Okay.
Because I know you're about to get into it, and I know we're getting close to the time, so I'm going to cut you off, and we're going to have that conversation, because, some people believe that it is both sides, that the woman is not the only one who is being submissive, that the man is submissive as well in a certain way. So it all depends on also what you would
I think
put in the list as
being
submissive.
Yeah, it's the definition.
Yeah, so...
Because this is so hard. You can't say shit like this to me and then cut me off.
We have to go. We're going to have to save it. We got to give him some juice to want to come back for more, It's a good topic to have, right? Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have that conversation during our next recording, right?
See you guys later. I know you have to go back to running it. Sorry, this DC Love and Marriage.
We'll see how long we can keep it going.